Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Carl, and I'm a recovery coach here at Kappa Recovery, and I'm also recovering myself. Um, and the little thing, what we do here at Kappa Recovery is we can help people get into treatment, inpatient, outpatient, detox, etc. We can help with transportation to treatment. We can help for if you're a Cumberland County residents, we can help for the first month. Sober living funding, and we are resource based, so we have a lot of resources for jobs, treatment, housing, food sources that we can help provide for you. And today we're going to be talking about benefits and how to practice self-reflection. I think this is very important. I like how we can reflect on a daily basis, take a self-assessment to be better. So here we go. Benefits and how to practice self-reflection. How well do we know ourselves? Do we think about why we do things you do? Self-reflection is a skill that can help you understand yourself better. Self-reflection involves being present with yourself and intentionally focus your attention inward to examine your thoughts, feelings, actions, and motivations. Active self-reflection can help grow your understanding of who you are, what your values you believe in, and why you think and act the way you do. This article explores the benefits and importance of self-reflection, as well as some strategies to help you practice it and incorporate it into your daily life. We also discuss when self-reflection can become unhealthy and suggest some coping strategies. It goes on to say, what is self-reflection so important? Self-reflection is important because it helps you form a self-concept and contributes towards self-development. So self-reflection is, seeing who you are and who you're not, who you want to become and who you don't want to be. So I think self-reflection is very important. It don't have to be on a daily basis, but it can be on a moment basis. Assess sometimes if we act out of anger, fear, resentment, whatever we go through, assess it and see what part we play in and how we can become better. So, self-assessment, self-reflection, kind of same concept. It says, build your self-concept. Self-reflection is critical because it contributes to your self-concept, which is an important part of your identity. Your self-concept includes your thoughts about your traits, abilities, beliefs, values, roles, and relationships. It plays an influential role in your mood, judgment, and behavioral patterns. Reflecting inward always allows you to know yourself and continue to get to know yourself as you change and develop as a person. Says Francis, it helps you understand and strengthen your self-concept as you evolve with time. So we're talking about changing, doing reflection, self-assessment, and begin to change. We take out we don't like, and build on the things we do like, the qualities. Because it enables self-development. Self-reflection also plays a key role in self-development. It is a required skill for personal growth, says Wilson. Being able to evaluate your strengths and weaknesses, or what you do right or wrong, can help you identify areas for growth, improvement, so you can work on them. There we go. It talks about, assessing what's good and what's not, what's bad, and building on the things that we do, or the good qualities of us, and just taking out the negative and work. And there's always room for growth and improvement. So and it talks about working on them. So you work on them assets. For instance, say you gave a presentation at school or work that didn't go well. Despite putting in a lot of work on a project, spending a little time on self-reflection can help you understand even though you spent a lot of time working on your project and creating the presentation materials, you didn't practice and give in the presentation. Realizing the problem can help you correct it. So the next time you have to give a presentation, you can practice it on your colleagues or loved ones first. So, or say you're just broken up with your partner. While it's easy to blame them for everything that went wrong, self-reflection can help you understand what behaviors of yours contribute to the split. Being mindful of these behaviors can be helpful in other relationships. Without self-reflection, you would continue to do what you've always done, and as a result, you may continue to face the same problems you always faced. Um, so when I was just reading this a little bit here, it's like I told you earlier, I am in recovery myself, and I go through a 12-step fellowship, and I do have a sponsor, and doing step work and stuff like that in recovery is like a self-reflection. Seeing why I act the way I do in the present. Because some of the behaviors, my mindset, my thoughts, my behaviors in the past, I can take on in recovery myself going forward in life, being clean and sober, that some of the things that I've done in the past come in the present, and taking that as self-assessment and going through the step work and stuff and seeing why I acted the way I do now and why I don't want to be that way. Very important, very important. Um, I should continue on something. It says benefits. So we're going to be talking about some of the benefits of self-reflection. These are some of the benefits of self-reflection according to the experts. Increased self-awareness. Spending time in self-reflection can help you build greater self-awareness, says Wilson. Self-awareness is a key component of emotional intelligence and helps you recognize and understand your own emotions as well as the impact of your emotions on your thoughts and behaviors. So self-awareness. So doing self-reflection can help you build self-awareness, right? So when something arises that you don't like too much or you don't agree with, I don't have to always act out, just speaking of myself, out of frustration or out of anger or being upset, right? I can sit back and do assessment and analyze what's going on and, change my thinking, my behavior before I act out. Greater sense of control. Self-reflection involves practicing mindfulness and being present with yourself at the moment. I think this can help you feel more grounded and in control of yourself, says Francis. So basically taking situations as they come, having a sense of control of what's going on at the moment, at the present moment. Improve communication skills. Self-reflection can help you improve your communication skills, which can benefit your relationships. Understanding what you're feeling can help you express yourself clearly, honestly, and empathetically. Communication. This is especially a very important one. Communication skills. So we're always in life communicating with loved ones, partners, friends, families, co-workers, people in the world. So doing some self-reflection can benefit communication skills with others, which I need to work on also. Says deeper, legitimate with core values. Self-reflection can help you understand what you believe in and why. This can help you ensure that your words and actions are more aligned with your core values. Wilson explains it can also help you reduce cognitive dissonance, which is the discomfort you may experience when your behavior doesn't align with your values, says Francis. So deeper with the core values. So I live on, morals and values, but sometimes I can push them on people, right? Which that's causing harm more than good. It's okay to have morals and values, but when you start to push them on people, that's when it becomes unhealthy. Um, and doing a self-assessment and a self-reflection is builds your morals and your value system up. Better next one is better decision making skills. Self-reflection can help you make better decisions for yourself, says Wilson. Understanding yourself better can help you evaluate all your options and how they will impact you with more clarity. This can help you make sound decisions that you're more comfortable with, says Francis. Better decision making. I like it. Next one says greater accountability. Self-reflection can help you hold yourself accountable to yourself, says Francis. It can help you evaluate your actions and recognize personal responsibility. It can also help you hold yourself accountable for the goals you're working toward. This is very important in life, but especially in recovery, is being accountable for the way we act today. Accepting things we've done in the past, right? Um, and just taking accountability of our part in things and making amends. It's about being better. The process of recovery is about being better. So just being accountable, even in the present moment of like, if we do something that we ain't supposed to be doing, at least we can be honest, open and honest, and be accountable for the way we act today. Instead of always playing the blame game. Well, I acted the way I did because of you, or I did this because of that. Not taking a full accountability the way I act. It says when self-reflection becomes unhealthy, so self-reflection can be unhealthy. Self-reflection is a healthy practice that is important for mental well-being. However, it can become harmful if it turns into I don't know that word. Self-criticism and self-judgment, negative self-talk, and comparison to others, says Wilson. Here's what that could look like. Self-judgment, constantly judging yourself and often finding yourself lacking. Next one, negative self-talk, allowing the voice inside your head to discourage you from doing things you wanted to do. Negative self-talk is often self-defeating. I just want to stop on that one. Negative self-talk it was very big for me in active addiction. Which I told myself I can't do this, I won't do that, I'm not good enough. There's no way I could do that. I couldn't never get my license. I put limitations on myself. You know what I mean? I was always less than everybody else. I was too far gone. These things that we tell ourselves to, we're sitting, you're stuck. That's where I was. I was stuck, and I didn't know how to get out of it. I didn't know how to better myself. I was, like I said, I was too far gone. There's no way I can start the process of recovery. And that played a big part for years. If you tell yourself these things, that's what it's usually going to be. So we have to get out of that negative self-talk. Self-criticism, constantly criticizing your actions and decisions. Comparison, endlessly comparing yourself to others and feeling inferior. Yeah, comparison is you're not going to get anywhere if you always want what somebody else has or what somebody doesn't have. Just be comfortable and content who you are and what you do have. So it says Kristen Wilson, LPC, CCTP. Looking inward may activate your inner critic, but true self-reflection comes from a place of neutrality and non-judgment. When anxious thoughts and feelings come up in self-reflection, Wilson says it's important to practice self-comparison and redirect your focus to actionable insight that can propel your life forward. We all have faults and room for improvement. Reflect on the behaviors of actions you want to change and take steps to do so. It can help to think of what you would say to a friend in a similar situation. For instance, if your friend said they were worried about the status of their job after they gave a presentation that didn't go well, you would probably be kind to them. Tell them not to worry and focus on improving their presentation skills in the future. Apply the same comparison to yourself and focus on what you can control. So, we always can be like giving good advice or helping out others and giving what does it say here, somebody was worried, your friend was worried or whatever about the presentation or whatever. So, just worry about getting better and focus on this, focus that. Giving good advice to everybody else, but sometimes it's hard to take our own, which I do. Sometimes I can help others out, but when it comes to me, it's a lot harder to, take my own advice. If you are unable to calm your mind or racing or negative thoughts, Francis recommends seeking support from a trusted person in your life or a mental health professional. Patterns of negative self-talk, self-doubt, or criticism should be addressed through professional support, and negative con- cognitions of oneself can lead to symptoms of depression if not resolved. Yes, seek professional help. These are them three basic things right here. Negative self-talk, self-doubt, or criticism. Them three things can ruin you. Them three things can destroy you. And then they will keep you stuck. They will keep you in a negative headspace that can cause harm to yourself and others. Them three things is it just writes negative all over it. You know what I mean? So there's things that we have to work on to be better, and that's like through self-reflection. So you have self-doubt, you have self-talk, criticism like that. Like we're not all perfect, right? And sometimes I don't want to be perfect, but like these things I have to work on to uh, further in my recovery. To get better, to change, to grow. Um, and they have to be addressed. And it says talking about through professional support. I'm a recovery coach. I can help you through self doubt, criticism because I've been through it. And some professionals, doctors, therapists, counselors, all that, can really be beneficial to your life and to your family's life as also. And it says how to practice self-reflection. So there's so many things here to practice. Wilson suggests some strategies can help you practice self-reflection. It says ask yourself open-ended questions. Start off by asking yourself open-ended questions that will prompt self-reflection, such as, am I doing what makes me happy? Are these things I'd like to improve about myself? Or what could I have done differently today? Am I taking anything or anyone for granted? Notice that thoughts or feelings arise within you for each question, and then begin to think about why. Be curious about yourself and be open to whatever comes up. Next one, it says keep a journal. Journaling your thoughts and responses to these questions is an excellent vehicle for self-expression. It can be helpful to look back at your responses, read how you handled things in the past, the outcome, and look forward where you might make changes in the future. It says try meditation. Meditation can also be a powerful tool for self-reflection and personal growth. Even if it's only for 5 minutes, practice sitting in silence and paying attention to what comes up for you. Notice which thoughts are fleeting and which come up more often. Next one says process major events and emotions. When something happens in your life that makes you feel especially good or bad, take the time to reflect on what occurred and how it made you feel, and either how you can get to that feeling again or what you might do differently the next time. Writing down your thoughts in a journal can help. Next one, make a self-reflection board. Create a self-reflection board of positive attributes that you add to regularly. Celebrate your authentic self in the ways you stay true to who you are. Having a visual reputation of self-reflection can be motivating. So some of these are the benefits of self-reflecting. Um, it says what to do if self-reflection makes you uncomfortable. You may avoid self-reflection that brings up difficult emotions and makes you feel uncomfortable, says Francis. She recommends preparing yourself to get comfortable with the uncomfortable before you start. Think of your time in self-reflection as a safe space within yourself. Avoid judging yourself while you explore your inner thoughts, feelings, and motives of behavior. Says Francis, simply notice that comes up and accept it instead of focusing on fears, worries, or regrets. Try to look for areas of growth and improvement. Practice neutrality, and self-comparison so that self-reflection is a positive experience that you will want to do regularly, says Wilson. So yeah, self-reflection can be very comfortable, right? Because like I said earlier, we're not perfect. We always have imperfections, and we can analyze them things and assess them, and just don't want to, we want to change. I want to grow, so we have to like really reflect on that stuff and why the way I act and why do I say these things and why do I act that way. It's always a learning experience to have to change and grow. And the last one, it says incorporating self-reflection into your routine. Francis suggests some strategies that can help you incorporate self-reflection into your daily routine. So dedicate time to it. It's important to dedicate time to self-reflection and build it into your routine. Find a slot that works for your schedule. It could be 5 minutes each morning while drinking coffee, or 30 minutes sitting outside in nature once per week. It says pick a quiet spot. It can be hard to focus inward if your environment is busy or chaotic. Choose a calm and quiet space that is free of distractions so you can hear your own thoughts. That's hard, very hard. And it says pay attention to your senses. Pay attention to your senses. Sensory input is an important component of self-awareness. So that was the last of this reading. And it's always good to do a self-reflection, right? A self-assessment. I'd say, definitely on a daily basis, but like I said earlier, be on the moment basis, doing assessment of like if something don't go our way or something bad happens or some tragedies happen, some traumas, whatever the situation is, there's always assess it before acting out, because instead of just process it, right, instead of just acting out, which causes more harm than good usually. But if you can stop and think, we talk about that pause button, stop and process, and go about it a different way, which it takes practice. It says benefits and how to practice them. So that is it for this meeting here. My name is Carl. I'm a recovery coach here at Capital Recovery. You guys are more than welcome to come in. Like I said, we have meetings here. We have meetings from virtual, as you see. You guys are more than welcome to come in. Until next time, we'll see you.